Hi everybody. So today we're going to be going through a bent arm wrist extension PAILs and rails set. So for this I'm going to demonstrate using a box at this height, but this is something that you can explore doing on the floor in a push-up position, for example, or any other different type of setup that might work for you. How it's going to work is I'm going to place my hand onto the box as so. To bias my wrist into extension, it's a matter of me going forwards, getting this elbow to come over my hand as so, okay? Now as you explore this, to begin with, you could even play with how you're setting up your hand. You could come off the box a bit, for example, close the fingers a bit, and this will very much change how or what's being lengthened back here and how it feels when you explore. So that's a variable you can explore. And then as I'm going over, I can play with how much I'm closing my elbow. So I could be with a slightly more open elbow setup, which might mean something maybe like this. I could lower down, kind of mimicking maybe what might look like a dip setup, closing the elbow more. I can also explore side to side type of motion. So I can hover over here, I can hover over here. And essentially what I'm thinking about doing is almost moving my elbow in relation to my palm while I do all of these in combination. While moving, I'm exploring, trying to find a good line of tension, what speaks to me the most. And then I would hold here for the prescribed amount of time, holding the passive stretch. The PAILs contraction will be then to push down into the box, thinking about contracting what's being stretched. So I'm going to push down with my fingers, with my palm, start to contract as well, all the forearm tissues that are being stretched to create this PAILs effort. So I'll give you an example. I start at 20%, then I'll build to 40 and 60, gradually build up to a good challenging effort. Constantly think about pushing down into this box without changing anything else. Then after that, I would switch to my rails contraction, which is going to contract everything on the other side. So top of the fingers, top of the palm here, even all this forearm tissue. Imagine there's a scale underneath your hand, so you want to get as light as possible under that scale. So I switch contraction, and currently that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to promote more wrist extension, trying to get light underneath my fingertips, under my hand as best as possible, thinking about holding on to that stretch with that rails contraction. I also hold this for the prescribed amount of time, and then afterwards I would soften, sink a little bit deeper. This could be by leaning forwards more, or lowering myself down a little bit more to close the elbow. And once again, for your second round, you could explore a little bit, move around a bit, see how it feels to maybe add a bit of rotation over your palm with your whole body to change the stretch sensation.